This is our education use only. Our group is allowing our instructor, Mr. Ronald Ardenes, to use this as an education material.
The passage discusses the impact of heredity and environment on the physical self, emphasizing the roles of dominant and recessive genes in shaping characteristics. It also touches upon the integrate process of physical growth, development, and maturation. The closing line suggests that a well-thought-out strategy contributes to smoother journeys and favorable outcomes. Introduction: The influence of heredity and environment. The statement highlights the significance of dynamic interaction between heredity and environment, influencing our physical characteristics. Investigating dominant and recessive genes provide valuable traits and pass down through generations. The mention of the integrate processes of physical growth, development, and maturation emphasize the complexity of the interplay between genetics and environmental factors, contributing to a deeper appreciation of the multifaceted influences that shape our individual identities. Defining heredity and environment. Heredity pertains to the genetic information inherited from parents, shaping our physical traits. Meanwhile, environment encompasses external factors like diet, lifestyle, and surroundings, influencing our physical development. The statement emphasized that comprehending the roles of both heredity and environment enable us to recognize the distinctive combination of genetic and external influences that contribute to shaping our physical self.
Dominant genes are those that may present dictate an observable trait in organism, overshadowing the expression of recessive genes. For example, in humans, the presence of the dominant gene for brown eyes will result in an individual having brown eyes, even if they also carry the recessive gene for blue eyes. Recessive genes are only expressed when an organism inherits two copies of the recessive allele, one from each parent, and in absence of the dominant allele. This interplay between dominant and recessive genes shapes the inheritance patterns of traits in organisms, influencing their physical characteristics and genetic diversity. Explaining physical growth, development, and maturation. Physical growth refers to the measurable increase in size and dimension of the body, such as height and weight, which occurs primarily during childhood and adolescence as a result of cell division and tissue accumulation. Development involves qualitative changes in an individual's cognitive, emotional, social, and physical abilities, and function over time, progressing through stages and influenced by genetic, environmental, and social factors. Maturation signifies the attainment of full physiological and psychological maturity, including the readiness for specific tasks and roles, and influenced by biological processes and genetic factors that unfold naturally throughout life. Together, this process shapes an individual overall growth and development from infancy to adulthood, influencing the physical characteristics, cognitive abilities, emotional regulation, and social interaction. The role of heredity in physical life. Heredity plays a crucial role in shaping an individual's physical self by determining inherited traits such as height, facial features, and predispositions to certain health conditions, which are passed down from parents to offspring through genetic inheritance. Genetic predispositions can influence susceptibility to disease and medical condition, with individuals inheriting a higher risk of developing certain conditions if they have a family history of them. However, the expression of genes can be influenced by environmental factors, highlighting the importance of gene-environment interactions in shaping physical traits and health outcomes. Environmental influences, as well as their complex interplay in determining an individual overplay physical characteristic and health.
The way we look and our overall health are shaped by a combination of our genes and the environment we live in. Factors like nutrition, exercise, exposure to pollutants, and living conditions all play a role. For instance, a healthy diet and regular exercise contribute to well-being, while pollution or limited access to healthcare can affect overall health. Cultural and societal influences also impact how we perceive beauty and care for ourselves. When it comes to genetics, dominant genes have a strong influence on our traits. They overshadow recessive genes in combinations, guiding the expression of specific characteristics. Understanding this dominance is crucial for predicting traits in offspring and recognizing inheritance patterns. If one parent carries a mutated gene, there's a 50% chance that a child will inherit it. Exploring recessive genes involves uncovering traits that express themselves when paired with another recessive gene or with a dominant gene. Unlike dominant genes that mask recessive traits, recessive genes only show when paired with another recessive gene. The exploration helps reveal hidden traits, predict characteristics in offspring, and understanding inheritance patterns. For example, having blue eyes often requires receiving the blue eye gene from both parents. In essence, the interplay between genes and the environment shapes human development, influencing both our visible traits and underlying genetic conditions.
The interaction between heredity and environment refers to how our genetic makeup, heredity, and external factors environment interact to shape our physical growth, development, and maturation. Heredity provides the blueprint, but environmental factors like nutrition, lifestyle, and external influences can affect how those genetic traits manifest. Recognizing this dynamic helps us to grasp the intricacies of our physical characteristics and emphasizes the need for a comprehensive approach to maintaining health and well-being. Unrevealing the complexities, the impact of heredity versus environment on the physical self delves into the intricate interplay between genetic inheritance and external influences in shaping our physical being. By employing a thoughtful strategy and meticulous planning, one can navigate those complexities to achieve smoother journeys and ultimately display brighter outcomes in terms of understanding and optimizing one's physical health and attributes. The definition of heredity encompasses the genetic traits passed down from our parents and ancestors, shaping our physical characteristics. In contrast, the environment encompasses external factors like lifestyle, diet, and surroundings that influence our physical development throughout life. Recognizing these definitions is essential for assessing how each factor contributes to our physical selves and understanding the complex interplay between genetic inheritance and environmental influences versus commonly known as nature versus nurture.
Importance of studying their impact. Studying the impacts of nature and nurture is crucial for gaining a comprehensive understanding of human development, behavior, and overall well-being. Here are some key reasons why studying the influence of nature and nurture is important. Personalized medicine, ethical consideration, advancements in research, personalized medicine, behavior insights, prevention and intervention. Historical perspective of nature versus nurture. The debate between nature versus nurture has been a long-standing and fascinating topic in the fields of psychology, sociology, biology, and philosophy. This debate revolves around the relative importance of genetic factors and environmental influences in shaping an individual's traits, behaviors, and development. Understanding the role of genetics. Genetics play a crucial role in determining various traits and characteristics in living organisms. It involves the study of genes, which are the basic unit of heredity. Genes are responsible for carrying information that determines an individual traits, such as eye color, height, and susceptibility to certain disease. Through the process of inheritance, genes are passed down from parents to offspring, shaping the genetic makeup of each individual. Understanding genetic help us comprehend how traits are inherited, how variations occur, and how genetic disorders can be passed on through generations.
So my topic today is environmental factors. So this is my based on my research. So environmental factors refers to the any factors of unique or biologic influence living organism. This include a region, temperature, amount of sunlight, air, soil, soil. So in which organism lives. This is a refers to the natural economic conditions in which human interactions with each other. These conditions such as natural sources, climate, political system play in key role in which shaping social environments as relationships. So environmental factors refers to the physical, chemical, and biological components of the environment that can influence living organisms and their interactions. So these factors can include natural elements such as climate, weather, topography, soil composition, durability, and biodiversity, as well as human-made elements such as pollution, urbanization, and use in infrastructure. So environmental factors can these are predictions impacts on various aspects of our lives. So environmental factors dahil kay mga aspects sa our lives. So include the human healthy, asthmatic, or agriculture and socio-economic development. Environmental factors can have a wide range of influence on different aspects of our lives. Here are a few. So na ko yung mga example sa environmental factors. So ang example na ako kay ang climate and weather. So the climate and weather in conditions in its particular region can affect agriculture, infrastructures, and human health in extreme with events such as manic trough and health waves can use damage and property, discover the transportation system, and pose risk and human safety. So, ang kuan day, climate o weather, maka-influence na siya sa environmental factors kay. So, na yung mga risk nga moabot. So, magkuha na sila kanang hatag sila kanang suggest sa tuwa nga na ay mabot nga bagyo or na mabot nga risk nga para kita makaandam ta or makakuan ta nga na day bagyo mabot ay so magkuan ta nga makabakwit ta or so maura na akong kuan ikata nga example.
What is implications for personal development? Implication for personal development, it refers to the potential effects or consequence that a particular actions, practice, or experience may have on an individual's growth, self-awareness, and overall well-being. It involves considering how certain activities, behaviors, or choices can contribute to or hinder personal growth and development. Unraveling the physical self, it refers to the process of exploring and understanding the various components of one's physical being, such as the body's anatomy, physiologies, sensations, and limitations. It often involves practices like mindfulness, meditation, yoga, or somatic experiencing, where individuals delve into their bodily experiences to gain insight, healing, or self-awareness. Impact of heredity and environment on self-concept. Heredity and environment both play significant roles in shaping an individual's self-concept. Heredity. Genetics can influence aspects of an individual's physical appearance, temperament, personality traits, and predispositions to certain health conditions, while the environment encompasses various external factors such as family dynamics, cultural influences, socioeconomic status, educations, poor interactions, and life experiences.
The self-concept is
refers to the perception we have of ourselves, emphasizing our physical attributes and personal identity. So, ang self-concept ay mga konsepto sa atong kagalingon dapat ito tagaglom na pagsabot ang ato ang kagalingon. And then, understanding the impact of heredity and in government on self-concept is essential. Heredity provides the generic blueprint while perception by unrevealing this complex interplay. We can gain insight into our physical self, is form and develop a deeper understanding of our own identity. So self-concept understanding that individuals have about themselves. It encompasses beliefs, attitudes, and values, and perceptions about one's, one's abilities, characteristics, and identity. Heredity plays a significance in shaping our physical selves, determines of our physical traits such as ato ang katas-on o sa ato ang, for example, sa kung sa makita na sa toa nang nasa tong kagalingon, for example ng imong mata is color blue, naman sa mga nga uban tao imong or imong buhok is color, and facial features unsang naa sa imong kaugalingon. Factors can influence our predisposition to certain health conditions which can impact of our perception. So, ang kaniday kay is sa about self-concept is maapektahan ang imong kaugalingon kung unsa mong ginapakita sa ubang tao is siyempre matagtag kay naman tayo lain-laing konsepto sa kinaatong kagalingon. So siyempre kung unsa tong ipakita sila ha, di sila kaanga is lain tan-awon para sila ha, kung para pud sa ato is okay ra. So mao nang ang self concept, unsa imong nasa imong kagalingon, unsa man imong ipakita base sa imong makatubang na mga tao. Thank you.
Our inherited predisposition, such as body type and metabolism, significantly impact our body image and self-concept. Recognizing the role of genetics allows for a better understanding how these traits influence our perception of ourselves, fostering self-compassion and a healthier relationship with our bodies. Our self-concept is heavily influenced by our environment, including cultural norms, social interaction, and media representation. Understanding this external influence helps us develop a more positive and genuine sense of self. Societal standards heavily influence our perception of physical appearance, shaped by media, culture, and social interaction. Challenging these standards through critical discussion promotes body positivity and acceptance, fostering a healthier relationship with our body.
My topic for now is analyze culture and familiar environment. The impact of heredity and environment on self-concept can be significant. Culture and familial environment shape our belief, value, and behavior, which in turn influence of our perception of ourselves. Understand how these factors interplay can help us navigate the complexities of self-identity and develop a more holistic understanding of our physical selves. Highlighting the complex interaction of the genetics and environment, general factors lay a foundation for our physical traits, while the environment molds and influences how the traits manifest. It is truth that intricate interplay that our self-concept develop, reflecting the complex nature of our physical selves. Understand the interaction allows us appreciate the multifaceted nature of our physical identity. The nature versus nurture, dumping mates. contain the popular belief the nature versus nurture is not a matter of one being more influential than the other, rather of our physical selves are shaped by complex interplay between genetics factors and environment influence. Both heredity and environment contribute to develop of our self-concept, and understand this relationship can help us appreciate the multifaceted nature of our physical identity.